Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. This evening we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the rabbit. So welcome back all my rabbit friends. I hope you're doing okay. We'll find out, won't we, as we pull out your cards today. I also must say thank you to everybody that's hit that subscribe button, because we are now on 300 subscribers. So thank you very much. I never expected it to get that high. So that's fantastic. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, then what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Show some love. Let's see how you are doing. Let's get these shuffled up. Let's move these around, and hopefully we will give you a reading that you can resonate with, and maybe, just maybe, it could help point you in the direction of a few things. Let's start about there. Let's take that one from the bottom, this one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we got a white and two blacks. I mean, seeing the negatives, it's always like all doom and gloom, but that's not always the case. Black isn't always an attack, white isn't always all right. It all depends on the compatibility as we do the reading, and we flip these over, of where you are with the sign on the other side of the cards. So firstly, we've got a white tiger. So emotional stuff, emotional things here. The tiger is an emotional card. It's a part of that communication triangle. So talking about things is definitely something that you want to do right now, but the lines of communication, they're not great. They're not open. You're being a little bit reserved. You know, you're being conservative. You're trying to keep the peace. You don't want to rock the boat, which is okay, fair enough, but this is going to affect you again emotionally. It's okay to have sympathy for yourself and, feel sorry for yourself sometimes, and just be a little bit like, oh, I'm avoiding the conflict because I don't want to get into this with someone, or I don't want to fall out with somebody, or I don't want to upset somebody. But the truth of it is if you don't have this communication, if you don't voice yourself, then things will never change. They will never change. You'll never find peace. You'll never find harmony. You'll just be stuck there. You want to be diplomatic. I get it. You want to avoid conflict and aggressors and, I guess in some way, the non-preferable options. But you can't always avoid these things. I'm not saying that you should face them and go full on at war with them, but you do need to acknowledge their existence here. Conflicts are going to happen, and it is going to affect you. Again, it's an emotional thing. You may prefer and favor discretion, but you need to be able to communicate with people and open those lines of communication up. You're not talking. You're being too withdrawn. You're not discussing what your issues are with people or that person or that thing. And bottling things up, my lovely rabbit people, are not going to help you. There is nothing good that can come from that. Nothing. Okay, sometimes it's a 50-50 whether good things or bad things will come from communicating, but nothing will change if you don't communicate. You've got a catalyst card there, the goat to the sheep, which is a good card for a rabbit. Even though it is in the negative, you are one of the few people that can actually deal with the goat catalyst as things start to change, because the rabbit and the sheep, they do get along. They're in the same triangle, that catalyst triangle. If you want to know more about that, hit the subscribe button, because we will be doing more on that in the future. The goat, the sheep there in that black space, change is coming. A shift is coming. You're going to be able to embrace this. You're going to be able to see it for what it is. You might even be the instigator of it, but it doesn't mean it's going to have the result that you want it to have. Your expectations of things right now, as I say, you think you could keep the peace by being quiet. You think that if you don't bring it up and avoid it, that everything will work out okay. That is not the case. Things will just bottle up, pile up, they will become heavy, and you're going to start to resent things. You're going to start to resent things and become very withdrawn. As I say, you'll start to feel like you're being pushed out. You're going to feel like, I guess in some ways, you're being excluded. But that isn't the case. It's not the case. It's just you're not talking, you're not expressing, you're not involved because you think that it's better to avoid these things than to actually face them, which you can't do. You need to face them. You need to look it in the eye and take it on for what it is. As I say, you get on quite well with the goat. You're in that affinity triangle. One of the most compatible signs that you've got for you is the goat and the pig. However, it is in the negative because what you expect will happen from this isn't necessarily what is going to happen from this. As you move forward with these changes and these changes start to happen more and more, they'll fracture. And as they fracture, you're going to have to pick a side. And when you pick that side, you may find that you're not as supported or have as many friends or people in your corner as you expect, because they've gone their own way because you shut off away from them. And now they're not there anymore, which isn't going to be very good for you, because you might find yourself, as I say, feeling very alone, more reserved than normal, quite withdrawn, and struggling a little bit. Just struggling with everything a little bit. It's going to get too much in some ways, especially emotionally. That emotional stuff definitely going to drag you down a little bit. We've got a monkey card in there, which means the monkey is the doer card. So there are things to do. And most of the things that you need to do, most of the things that you need to focus on, most of the things that you have, going on with you is to do with you. It's a selfish card, the monkey card. The monkey card is something that, is saying that you are missing out on pampering yourself or reading yourself or being mindful of yourself. And you need to have that self-respect. You need to have that self-care. Yeah, and again, rabbits are it's very hard for you to understand this, but you do need to voice yourself sometimes. You do need to express yourself. You do need to be outspoken sometimes. And you may think that it's going to lead to conflict, but it doesn't necessarily have to. That monkey card is there to tell you to get things done, to move forward, to get it done, and to start at home, to start with you. This change, this catalyst, although it's going to bring up an emotional stuff and you're going to want to be reserved and withdrawn, the monkey's telling you to say, nah, bugger that. You need to be loud and proud. You need to own it. You need to stand up for yourself. You've got things to do here in order to progress, to get out of this state that you are in. Whether it be resentfulness or envy, rivalry, conflicts, or whatever, relationships right now, they might be less than perfect. Things around you might feel like they're falling apart. Right now, there could be things that you need help with or whatever. Sometimes you may feel like you're at a bit of a disadvantage. You may feel like that you're not being supported in the ways that you need to be supported. But again, this falls down on you. It falls back on you. You need to voice yourself. You need to tell people what it is that is actually bothering you. Don't be afraid of upsetting people. Don't be afraid of rocking the boat. There are many people out there, many different signs out there, and some of them can take criticism. Some of them can take this harshness. Some of them can take it and will want to better themselves and change things to do good and support you. You just need to break out of that shell. You need to actually say, this is what's wrong. This is what's happening. Or hide from it. Run from it. Nothing will ever change if you do. Well, they will. Things will change. You're just going to be left behind. And everybody else will move on. And then you'll turn around one day and go, I'm by myself. And that is on you, my lovely bunny friends. I hate to say it, but it is. It's how it is. It's a fact. It's on you if you don't turn this around now and actually start to voice what it is that's concerning you, especially if it's emotional, especially if there's emotional stuff there that you need to deal with. But we'll find out, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the rabbit. I will be back tomorrow on Karmic Wednesdays for the Karmic signs, the dragon and the snake. I will see you there if you're interested. If you're not, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.